define respect?
I define respect as cooperating with each other, doing what somebody is told if you're told to, just being there for somebody if they need it.
Sure, I agree. I also look at it as not demeaning a person. To look at somebody and say, "You have my respect," the way the word is said. I have your respect. You have my respect. It means I appreciate what you do. I don't want to demise you or put you down for what you do. I want to respect you. So I do. I believe that's what respect is. Just not putting someone down, not trying to belittle somebody. Take people at their own word. Whatever they want to do is what I want for you. That's the direction you want to go, and I stand behind you if I believe in it or not. How is the concept of respect changing our world?
As our world becomes more globalized.
I think that a lot of people have, maybe because times are so rough as they are, I think people have really forgotten the basics of respecting each other. I think everybody's out for themselves these days in the world. It's kind of a dog-eat-dog situation where everybody's just trying to clamor for what they can get out of life. And they're losing the basic concepts of respect, religion, common decency. I think we're really falling away from the old basics in life. And I think respect is one of those. I think if we respect each other, we will live on and move on. But if we lose that, that could be a major problem. It could be problem causing. I don't know.
And nowadays, more people focus on what's more important with life, like money, food, water. Not many people find respect as important as things that could help save our lives.
Sure, I agree. That we should limit the amount of respect that we give ourselves and other people?
Well, I believe so, because for most people it is pretty easy to lose respect. Yeah.
You think, well, like people just, all you got to do is piss somebody off one time and then you're no longer respected. It's like a real fine line. It's like we all know that you should respect somebody, but it's like, ooh, you crossed that line real fast. No,
exactly.
I don't respect you.
It takes years to gain respect, but it can take seconds to lose it.
Well, do you think it was always like that? You know, just even if you look at how people dressed, men in the past and women in the past, like, you know, in my dad's days and grandpa's days, they all wore suit and ties everywhere they went. Women were ladies. They respected themselves.
Right.
And by respecting themselves, they were showing respect to others. And just in their attire and just what they were wearing.
Do you believe you have respect for yourself before you respect others, or vice versa? Do you believe you should respect yourself before others?
I do. I don't think we can grow strong if we don't have respect for ourselves first. I mean, that kind of falls in that same old cliche, you know, you love yourself as you'd love others,
Mm-hmm.
or love others as you love yourself. You know, it kind of falls into that same category.
Yeah.
You know, I think if you don't respect yourself, you're not living in a respectful way, and then how can you hand respect to somebody else if you can't even give it to yourself to start with?
Yeah, exactly.
Believe in that one? How about this one right here? In certain social circumstances.
Okay. In certain social situations, is respect interpreted differently? Does it change for certain situations or groups?
It's hard to say. I mean, let's look at some groups that you're in. You're in karate. You're in karate right now,
Yeah.
And there's a completely different level of respect that you have Why don't you explain that, the kind of respect that you have for each other and what they've taught you in karate?
Well, in karate, our respect for each other is really high. We really have to trust each other, and if you really lose trust in yourself, it's hard to trust anybody else there.
And I've noticed your sensei during your trainings in your dojo that he emphasizes the fact that we respect each other, we appreciate other people, we don't harm other people, we don't, bring that camera a little closer, we don't try to make somebody feel bad, we don't kill bugs, we don't kill animals, we respect life and we respect the heart and the soul.
Exactly, that's what most of my karate is focusing on.
And I think that most religions, most denominational religions, anyhow, I still believe that the teachings of the Holy Bible and all that it still stands to respect, honor your mother and your father, all the basic building blocks of positive loving in life.
Right.
And so if you're looking at it, if the question is in social, does it differ in different social circles? Yeah, well, let's look at it the negative ways of that. Let's look at like the Black Panthers. Are they respectful of anything other than just themselves? I mean, because of a situation, that's just recently happened in Florida. They jump in and the first thing they do is disrespect every law we have, disrespect everything that we're brought to believe to be protective and normal. And these guys are out saying, there's a $10,000, $100,000 bounty on dead or alive on somebody that hasn't even gone through a court system. So in that regards, I say that there's a major raging lack thereof respect. I don't think there is any respect whatsoever. I'm thinking that they're only thinking of themselves, and they're not thinking of respecting people as one should, in the ways that I believe, in the way that you and I have taught each other and I've taught you.
When is disrespecting okay?
Why don't you answer that? Because I can't even, I don't know. Let me think about it. What do you think about it? When do you think disrespecting? When do you think it's okay to disrespect somebody?
I don't think it is okay to disrespect somebody. If it's a hard subject. If somebody disrespects you,
Right, that's
then,
hard.
yeah,
I hear what you're saying. It's like it falls into that category of almost again back into religion, like they teach us, turn the other cheek.
Yeah.
So if somebody disrespects me, well, then I'm going to just turn and disrespect him. If the waiter brings me my dish, and it's cold and he's rude, then I should just be cold and rude too, because of
That's not something that I believe in.
I don't believe that either. I think it kind of falls into that same category as turn the other cheek. If he's disrespecting you, I think that you should treat him with more respect, just to belittle him a little bit. But even saying that, I guess I'm saying I'm disrespecting him. If I'm saying by doing what he would dislike, I guess in a way I'm disrespecting him. So in a way, that's kind of that kind of is what the question.
Kind of accidental disrespect.
Incidental, yeah, absolutely. So in that, I think that kind of answers that question. And again, these questions are coming by what my personal beliefs are, and the beliefs that I've taught my family, my son and I, my daughter and my wife and I all believe in.
Is there something that promotes universal respect? I would probably think religion. Religion is a big part of trying to help people respect each other.
Yeah, it's really kind of ironic how it keeps turning around and keeps coming back to what religion and the Bible and preachers have taught us through life, isn't it? It just seems like it seems like respect has a lot to do with love and caring and nurturing and wanting best and better for man and ourselves.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. What else we got?
Is it necessary to show respect even to people who are not good?
I think so. I think it's our duty to try to help everybody. Not because I'm better than you. Just I think it'd be nice if everybody was respectful. So if they're not, I always look at it as I would just as soon blind them and hurt them with extra kindness. Like I said before, I think the biggest slap you could give somebody, and that could be considered, like I said, disrespectful or not. I think that you can hurt people more by just smothering them with love and kindness and respect than to give them hatefulness, disrespect, and hostility.
Right.
I think that's what leads to cultural differences and hatred and
War.
and conflict and war. Exactly. I know that we're going through this and just reading these questions and thinking about it and coming out with it. I think that respect is a huge word. I think it really is. I think it's a major part of our social life, our spiritual life, and a positive upbringing to become a better person.
Definitely.
Like, living the good side, living, spiritually or good karma, like karma, what comes around goes around. If I, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Right.
Respectfully speaking, I think it all kinds of fit. It all fits there.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
What else you analyze respect?
Have you ever been disrespected? How did you react, and what would you have done differently?
Have you ever been disrespected, Camden?
Plenty of times. Mostly at school. There was that one time a while ago. I had an argument with a kid in the hallway at my school, and what I've been learning, especially with karate, is just to ignore it.
Right.
If something gets out of hand, I would probably step in, but if it's something minor, I would just let it go.
Right.
Which is something that I've definitely learned over the years.
Have I ever been disrespected? I've been disrespected a lot. Hugely. When I was a younger kid, I remember the most, and this would be a cultural difference. I was living in Wisconsin on an Indian reservation, going to a reservation school with Chippewa Indians. And the level of disrespect there, I was the actual, so to speak, minority. And I was getting my ass kicked every day. I mean, the very first day of school, I went into the boys' room, and this kid started a fight, and I got in a fight with them, and then they were all in line after that. It was just like one after another on a daily basis. They just wanted to demise me and beat me, hurt me. I remember we had a wood shop. I would make wooden projects, and they would take my project to the saws and cut them into little pieces just to disrespect me. There was so much disrespect flying at me. I mean, and as a kid, again, I was still very young. We're talking elementary level, early junior high school, and it was just a horrifying feeling. It was the worst. And even all that disrespect that I had, even till today, I still have a lot of pent up bad feelings about those kids. Even to today, I'm really going to be honest. I still don't think any good on them. I really don't. It was so much and so often. It was just even I'm talking 35, 40 years later. I still I have no respect for them. I really don't.
It's racial profiling to a level I couldn't think of before.
It's like a reverse racial profiling.
Exactly.
It really is. It's a prime example of how every culture racially profiles us in a level of respect and disrespect.